squash into the mason jar. This has 800 milliliters. It's a larger one, not the largest, but the larger. And what you want to do is you'll take your top, okay? Then you'll puncture a hole into the middle and tap in the middle, or you can do it on the floor to get the rough edge out. It is. There's more of the dry food. That was the last tray. Just make sure you cool all this off. This is 2 squash that have been cooked. It was 4 total, and then I set aside 2 in the fridge, cut them up, and then dehydrated next day. This watermelon tray, there's only 1 left to dehydrate, and it's been cooking since 8:15. It looks like probably another hour and a half, 2 hours left, because it's still got moisture, and some of them were thicker. This you can reference to the first time dehydrating watermelon video I did a couple days ago. And what I did differently with this, because they're so difficult to peel, was I made them a little thicker and smaller pieces, almost 1/2 inch. Then about in the morning when I checked, I peeled these off so they're easier when they're hot on the tray cooking or dehydrating, and that way they just lift up when it's all through. So I found a key to doing that, because before, the first time, I was scraping them off and it just took forever, or so much agony. Okay, back on the squash, butternut squash. I wanted to make the correction from my last video yesterday, and that was into a spaghetti jar. This one is the mason jar again. It's for just store away if you'd like, or as a gift, and it's good for about 5 years, like I mentioned in the other video. But again, it's from 2 large squash, not 4, into 1 jar, and this is the same size as that spaghetti jar. So just a correction. So I'm just going to add the squash in. I think I'm going to see if they all fit. If not, I will mix into the mixer some of it. This is about halfway. Then if you want to tap lightly to get some more down, you'll get your silicone packet, and I found the bag of them yesterday. They fell behind my bin. So there's a small one. You don't really need a large one because this jar is not that large. So, okay, this is almost to the top. I think being close and there's only a little bit more, I'm going to just use all of it and tap some more down. So put the silicone packet in the middle of your glass jar. Do the hand pump. This is what I have. They were hard to find on the net after we got ours. It had been missing for a while. It was in a bin. So I like it, of course, because there's no electricity. So you're going to want to pump this from the top 50 times, okay? Make sure the suction is really good. Usually the way to tell the suction is on there is you can actually lift the jar. If you do a couple more pumps, if you do a lift, you can see the suction works. So you'll do 50 pumps, about that. If you don't have these, it's kind of cushiony, you can just do Scotch tape, some plastic tape, then do your electric tape, label. Okay, so you'll take your lid and do this tight. After, put your label and tape. The lid will get loose within a couple years, so you should check it and then make it a little tighter if you're not going to use. About to do the pump, I want to make a note. I noticed with my watermelon, I went to put it back on the dehydrator, and since it's been off, to show you this, my one tray, these are all dry. So when it's on the dehydrator, it can be deceiving because everything seemed pretty sticky and moist, when in fact these are dry. So they're good to go. I'm going to cut more watermelon and dehydrate and put it in a little Mylar bag, or if I have enough, into a little jar. I can reuse these. If that's why I don't use permanent marker. So there you have it. Okay, then I'm gonna put the electric tape around the rim. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 big pieces to fit around. Okay, that's half. And really overlap well. Do the other half. Okay, so really press into the crevice all the way around and store in a cool, dry place. Make sure you get all the many pieces that have some moisture. You don't want to risk anything, and that the jar is cool, dry, clean. So again, this should last about 5 years, give or take.